Well, at least listen to Amy and wave goodbye, leaving me to clean up all the trash from the table, including everything I'd removed from my backpack. Darn it. How terrible. Photography class comes and goes. Since we're partners, Yannick gives Ben and I the green light to walk around the campus. Ben shows me around to see his prime photo spots and such, and as such becomes my impromptu tour guide. It's actually pretty neat to see the parts of the school that I haven't explored yet until now. Places like the music hall and recreational pool were the most interesting to see. Currently at the courtyard, Ben points out the views of the outer landscapes around the school. No wonder why Ben was eager to show me these views are impeccable. But while he's explaining the image he has in his head, my mind still wanders back to Olivia. Wonder what I did to make her express herself so much. Inko? Inko? Huh? I was asking if you'd be available during some time the weekend to take photos. Oh, I'm free on Saturday. Excellent. We can meet up back here. Sounds good. As we head back to class, I begin to think if there's something I can do in history class. Back in history class, Ms. Brockling continues prattling on about, and after a final offensive that left the entire city of Triceratops destroyed, the Chthonian hegemony was defeated, bringing an end to their crimes against both Dino and humankind. And with that, the Dino-Human War came to an end, and peace was finally declared after 10 years of strife. Of course, there was the matter of rebuilding and dousing all those fires still burning, as well as what to do with all the bodies, and... I should probably care more about Prockling's lecture, since history has extremely strong cultural connotations, but man, is it boring. Ahead of me, Olivia has returned to her default sullen, deflated gloom. She's not glaring back at me, so she's probably over whatever it was. Or she still doesn't know I'm here. Boy, will that be entertaining to see. Assuming I don't end up with a mechanical pencil jammed through a lens. The other students are similarly bored, only occasionally marking down something whenever it sounds like it'll be on a review sheet at the end of the week. There is, of course, no more note passing today. Ms. Prockling's effusion yesterday must still be on their minds. There won't be any more chances given, and even though she doesn't seem threatening on her own, the consequences would be dire. Especially if she can call Solly over like her own personal enforcer. There's simply no getting around it. This is just a period we'll all have to sit through. And there isn't even any solidarity to be had in our shared misery. It's simply the reality of high school history class. The only saving grace is that she isn't stalking around the room looking for us to do something wrong. Instead, we're being lectured at. My hand mechanically copies down whatever she's written on the board, and while I should also be paying attention to what Miss Prockling is saying, I'm more than certain that we'll be reading the exact same things from our heavy textbook. So my eyes wander away from her and the board to scan over my peers, all equally as bored and feigning interest. Eventually, there's a bit of movement ahead of me. What's she up to now? Olivia folds a sheet of notebook paper back and forth discreetly, creating a deep crease. Then she licks her finger and runs it along the crease and gently pulls. The paper rips along the seam silently. Oh, she really risking it? What's she even got to gain? It's just a note-passing game. Maybe she feels bad because she got caught yesterday? No, boy. Olivia passes the note to her left. The student next to her raises an eyebrow, but surprisingly takes the note. And immediately passes it on without looking at it. One by one, my classmates pass the note along to the next. Nobody dares open the note and write something in. I surreptitiously keep track of the note in the corner of my eye as it makes its circuit around the room. Thankfully, Miss Brockling's eyes are focused on the board when I feel a tap on my shoulder. I reach for my ear as if to give it a scratch, and the folded page is pushed into my waiting fingers and against my ear. As I feel an edge grind against my earlobe, I chew my lip to keep the hiss of pain contained. probably unintentional, but a paper cut still stings bad, especially on such a fleshy part. My fingers toy with a bundle of paper now at my desk. No one else had bothered with it. I wouldn't exactly call it an empty canvas, but there could be potential here. There's a crumpling noise beneath my fingertips. It must have unfolded it while I was thinking. Looking at the sole doodle on the sheet, I see a pretty simple rat drawing with a very realistic hand next to it giving a thumbs up. There's plenty of space this time. And Ms. Brockling is preoccupied at the front. I doubt she'd even notice. The temptation is there, making my fingers itch at finally getting a real chance to do something fun in this sleep-inducing class. In fact, I've the perfect idea in mind that'd catch Olivia's attention. I mean, if that doesn't ruin everything, that is. She's not uncompassionate, but Miss Brockling has a lot less tolerance for horseplay in her class. We probably wouldn't get another chance. And going by Coach Solly's one-chance policy and how these guys aren't even considering playing along, I bet it really wouldn't be pretty. Kinda makes me concerned for Olivia. I could just hold on to the note and give it back after class. Heck, Olivia would never even know. I don't think she even knows I'm in this class. No, we're not holding onto the sheet. 1,000,000,000% we're drawing the gator girl on a half pipe. Oh yeah, there's no other option. What's life without a bit of risk? I wait for Miss Brockling to start a new tangent to make sure I have enough time. She just said something about the single continent movement. Time to move. This is going to be basically a stick figure, but it's just a doodle. If only you could doodle a photograph. I'm not sure what I meant by that. I also don't know how to draw a wheelchair. In the end, it looks more like an abstract depiction of a bow-legged T-Rex than what I wanted. Oops, it'll have to do. I check it over one last time, as if I had the conceptualization to improve it. Oh well. I pass the note forwards, careful not to notify the teacher. Olivia takes the note over her shoulder, once more not checking it. She seems to deflate a bit on opening the note. Probably because of all the blank space. Doesn't look like she recognizes whatever I did either. Maybe I should talk about it with her after class? I don't know. Seems like an okay thing to do. She just passed the note again. What? Once more, the process of students taking the note and passing it along without looking at it. Although this time a little more collectively annoyed. It probably won't go around again. Why the heck would Olivia send the note around again? Nobody's going to change their mind and draw something now. Dude, you drew on it, so somebody did. Come on, man. Is it desperation, thoughtlessness? Whatever it is, the note's coming my way again. Once I take it, I confirm that yes, once again, nobody else wrote anything. However, there is a new doodle of a rat with a flamethrower from Olivia. Cute. Alright, guess this time I'll draw... How about adding myself to the sketch of the half-pipe? This time I just depict myself as a stick figure. No use trying to go outside my skill level for a note-passing game. It's simple enough to do. I even include my sunglasses. Yeah, I'm liking this. Maybe I should also make sure Miss Brockling isn't looking my way. Yeah, she's not right now. I'm in luck. Alright, time to pass this on. Pass the note forward once more. Olivia pinches the note between two fingers, still not looking back. I keep saying that, but I guess it's not weird. Why would you look back in that situation? She checks the note and looks a bit down again. She glances up to the corner I'd drawn in. I nearly fall out of my seat from the sudden loud noise. There's a moment of unwavering silence before a voice speaks up. Miss Halford? The girl in question shrinks in her seat in embarrassment. Sorry, Miss Brockling. I saw a spider. Miss Brockling simply sighs, muttering to herself and turning her attention back to writing more notes on the board. She turns her head back slowly, just enough to be able to make eye contact with me. While she eyes me with judging contempt and curiosity, I see her hand is tenderly massaging the tip of her tail. Looking at the floor, I think she managed to chip the linoleum. Damn. As soon as Brockling turns around to continue teaching, Olivia scribbles something down. She turns to look at me once more, hesitating, then she flicks the note in my direction. It completely misses me. I try to catch it midair, but end up slamming my face onto my desk to get it. Mr. Nito, what was that noise? I palm the note into my sleeve and strain to keep my injured eye open. The teacher probably meant the foot stomping. I found that spider, Miss Brockling. The teacher grimaces. That better be cleaned up by the end of class then, Mr. Nito. Yes, ma'am. I breathe a sigh of relief as my excuse weathers Ms. Brockling's stare. She turns a few pages in a textbook lying on her desk, instructing the class to do the same as she searches for something. She's distracted. I can finally see what Olivia drew. There's now a surprisingly detailed dodgeball whizzing towards my stick figure's head. I want to be upset, but I find myself admiring her motion lines. Seriously, she should be an animator. I mull over what to add and settle on giving the large rat sunglasses as well. A few seconds later, he looks twice as cool as before. I look up to Olivia, pondering how to get it back to her, when a sinister idea comes to mind. Her hood hangs open as it rests on her back. It's a tough shot, but... bingo. Olivia scratches at the back of her neck and finds the note. She looks back with squinted eyes, judging my intent and scanning me for foul play. She mouths something at me, a question I think, but not the most apt at lip reader. Especially when said lips are thrice as long as a human's. Still, she unfolds the page and seconds later she's already added a new sketch and folded it up. The note lands neatly on my desk this time, and I inspect the latest edition. More rats doing decidedly non-rat activities. I wonder what she'd think of a cat this time. We continue passing the sheet back and forth, adding new sketches and adding to others. My fingers are starting to tire when Miss Brockling addresses Olivia. All right, Miss Halford, you may leave now. Everyone else, you may take the last 5 minutes to start on your homework. Olivia takes her time to pack away her supplies, occasionally glancing my way. Gone is the paranoia, it's now become just plain confusion. As if I wouldn't play the doodle game thing with her. Even as she wheels out of the room, I notice her eyes still on me. I give her a wave goodbye, and she seems shocked by that, turning her head and finally passing through the doorway. Right then, homework. Crap. It only now occurs to me that there's pretty good reason the teacher doesn't want us slacking off during class. For the last 5 minutes, I try to speed read the second chapter in its entirety. Failing to get any good information to use for today's homework, I resolve to just check online for a lecture that's not as boring. Maybe one with some good animation even. When the rest of us are finally excused, I realize that I've still got the page full of doodles. Considering all the stuff on it, it'd feel like a waste to just toss it away. I decide to keep it, slipping it into one of my binder's extra plastic sleeves. With everything safely packed away, I shoulder my backpack and exit the room. Man, now I get why Olivia gets to leave some classes early. The halls are so packed and chaotic once class ends, I always end up being pushed around by rowdy students headed towards their next classes. Once the school ends, it's even worse. What I saw yesterday was something else. The word riptide comes to mind. I ended up just waiting for a few minutes for the flow to die down. It's looking like that's just going to be my routine now. I pass by a few more art displays on my way to the stairs back to the first floor. This isn't the art wing, but there's still a bunch of displays up. Maybe there simply isn't enough space? Something presses into my chest and lurches me to a stop. It's Olivia, holding an arm out to stop me. She's still staring up at me, though less suspiciously. Her jaws open, but no sound comes out. She realizes her hand is still out and retracts it awkwardly, indecisively darting between her hoodie pocket and her armrest. Is she expecting something? Oh, the note maybe? Hey, you could have told me. Huh? You were in Miss Brockling's class too? You could have mentioned that. Sorry, guess I was sort of aiming for a bit of a dramatic reveal there. She brushes her hair to the side. Well, whatever. Later, I guess. Why'd you stop me out here? She stops her chair mid-turn, with gray eyes contemplating the dirty floor. I don't really get you. Olivia's eyes turn back to me. Now I can see the nervousness in her pupils. Why do you care? Why indeed? Well, I guess the main reason is I want to be friends. With me, though? Sure. Those tiny moments in which I saw the Gator Girl hyper-animate come to mind, I can't help but smile. Hell yeah, man, it's little things that matter. Those small shows of just genuine feelings. I think Mr. Yodikin was right, honestly. Olivia hums in disagreement, finally turning away. Ah, crap. Maybe that was too forward of me. I swing my backpack around so I can reach inside it. I still have that note. Note? What, with the doodles from class right now? Why? Just figured you'd want it. It was fun filling it out and all. Just as I'm about to pull out of my binder, the Gator Girl looks back at me and just shakes her head. It's just doodles. You can throw it out. Keep it. If it's so important. For the briefest second, I swore I saw her mouth form a tiny smile. But now she's back to looking neutrally at... Huh. I didn't notice the school had elevators. Why don't more people use it? She flashes a key from her pocket. So, it's part of her accommodations. Makes sense. By now, the hallway is cleared up a bit. The elevator arrives and Olivia rolls in. She moves her arm to push the button and jams the key into some slot. What's the look for? You coming? Oh. I slide in beside Olivia just before the door closes. It's probably safe to catch her foot in and just reopen, but man, this thing is ancient. There's an inspection certificate lazily plastered above the door from this side. It's covered in coffee stains and other signs of age. Is this thing really safe? Olivia shrugs. What's the worst that could happen? Our legs break? He eyes me with a smirk. This may have been a mistake. My heart drops as the space around me seems to drop for a split second. The sound of the worn-out elevator mechanics fills the cramped space. How slow is this thing? I look over to Olivia. She uses this thing daily. Surely it normally runs smoother. Her mouth hangs slightly open in an amused grin, watching my sudden onset claustrophobia. Relax, dude. This is normal. Alright, this is normal. This thing is jostling around like it's going to drop us at any second is completely normal. When we reach the bottom, the doors clunk open and I proactively fall out. Olivia casually rolls from behind. Somehow, I sense it with a degree of superiority. Anyway, see you later. Oh, yeah, see ya. Olivia rounds the corner and I'm left on my lonesome. My senses return to me and I start making my way to the metro station. As I make the journey home, it strikes me how much progress I've made with Olivia. It's definitely still in its awkward phase, but I can see that she's opening up little by little. And it's starting to become amusing seeing her get confused by my friendly gestures. All in all, I got a pretty good feeling about this. Liz and Ben sure were overreacting, though. I'll be sure to tell them all about it. A week into September has come and gone, and I'm finally feeling acclimated to St. Hammond. Things have been going pretty smooth lately, if I do say so myself. Over the past week or so, I've been getting more and more used to my new friends, learning new quirks of them daily over lunch and in our classes. Like Olivia's penchant for tail whips. As I sit on the metro to school, my foot comes up to prod at the tender spot on my shin. I also learn not to borrow Olivia's stuff without asking. She usually tries to keep to herself, even when we're partnered up, but I do my best to play nice. Not to say she's being rude or anything, just quiet. More and more, I kind of figured that part of her silence was just nerves. Accepting that silent facet, I think we found some small understanding between us. Enough that I think she's starting to see me as a friend now. Among other things, Damien and Liz had given me their numbers. Or rather, Damien gave me both his and Liz's numbers. At first, I thought that Liz would be mad that Damien had basically doxed her, but she didn't seem to mind when he explained his reasons. I also got Ben's number since he figured we'd be doing this a lot more team projects in photography class. My eyes roll over the past messages from my new friends. I've become so engrossed in rereading them that I nearly missed the announcement of my stop. I scrambled to get off the metro, the closing doors just catching my jacket and forcing me to yank it out before I'm dragged down the tracks. Not gonna let that bring down my mood though. It's Friday, meaning after today comes the weekend. It's a quick walk from the station, and I can see the school enter my field of view now. School looks completely barren. Is it closed? Weird. I look around at some of the small stores that surround the school, the ones that are usually staffed by student workers. They're also empty. One of them has lights on, but it just looks like the manager's looking over some paperwork inside. I don't recall any announcement about a holiday today. And while I admit to having forgotten what day it is in the past, I'm absolutely certain it's Friday. So where is everyone? Even the entryway to the school is barren. The door probably won't even open. Yep. Hello? I dance a bit in front of the camera, watching the door. It does not respond. You know what? Damien would know what's going on. Right, Damien, not Liz, the one who has been stated as seeming dependable. Damien. Absolutely. I flip through my contacts and find Damien's number. I put the phone to my ear and pray that he picks up. After a minute or so of waiting, the dial tone cuts off and is replaced by Damien's voice. Yo, what up, Nico? Hey, Damien. I'm at the school right now and it looks like no one's here. Know what that's about. Huh? What do you... There's a brief pause on the other end of the line. Oh... Didn't you hear? Hear what? Today's the last warm day of the season, so everyone's celebrating. Celebrating? Yeah, we're actually having a cookout at my place today. Say, you want to come over? The generous but spontaneous offer causes me to hesitate for a moment to respond. Thanks for the offer, Damien, but it's alright. I wouldn't want to intrude on your guys' party. What? That's no big deal at all, dude. My folks enjoy the company, and there's gonna be plenty to eat, too. Plus, Olivia's here as well. I weigh my options. Either go to the party, or I could just take the metro back home and sit in my room doing nothing. Binky, you still there, buddy? Yeah, it's still here. Was just clearing my schedule. You sure it wouldn't be an issue? Of course not, amigo. A friend of mine is a friend of the family. Well, alright then. Nice, I'll text you the address. See you soon, compadre. With that, the call ends, and not a few seconds later, I get a text notification. 61193 Crichton Road. Go the long way around the neighbor doesn't chain his dog, lol. Excellent. I copy and paste the address on my Google Maps and, looks like Damien lives pretty close to the school. Of course, it's a little longer taking Damien's instructions, but I'm not about to try out running a loose dog with my physique. Well, better make my way over then. (61189, 61191). Here it is, 61193. The house looks standard for a house in this neck of the woods, or neighborhood. It's a one-story place, but it looks pretty spacious. Definitely a family house. I walk up the stone step path to the front door and ring the doorbell. The grocery bag wrapped around my fingers is starting to chafe a bit. Could have just come right away, but it felt bad coming over empty-handed, so I got something for the party. A simple salad bowl from one of the local stores on the way over. It doesn't seem like much, but as my mom taught me, it's courteous to come to a party with something. Actually, I realize how ill-prepared I look for an end of summer celebration. With Damien mentioning a swimming pool, everyone else must be wearing casual clothes or swimwear. Meanwhile, here I am looking overly formal. Not like I could have thought to bring swim trunks to school. The door swings open and out steps Damien. Inko? Wow, man, you're crazy early. And you've come bearing gifts. Yep, here I am. I didn't want to come here empty-handed, so I stopped by the store and got a salad. Aw, you didn't have to, dude. Seriously, though, you really didn't have to. My family and I are carnivores. But thanks. Still, it's not like even 10, man. Oh, you didn't give me a time, so... Nah, that's my bad. Still, since you're here already, come on in. Well, don't I feel silly. Damien still accepts the grocery bag and chucks it off to the side somewhere. Come on, everyone's out back right now. He turns back, making for a sliding door on the opposite end of the house. Following after, I barely have time to take in what I think is the living room and the dining room. There's a number of toys strewn about, foam dart guns, and loose game controllers. Damien opens the glass door and gives me a small push out of the house. Hey everyone, we've got a guest today. Oh, we've got a guest already. Stepping out onto a wooden deck, I'm surprised to see the pool and yard. To the left of me is what looks to be an older, heavier set version of Damien. Well, howdy there. Hello, sir, I'm Inko. He shifts the barbecue tongs from his right hand to his left so that he can shake my hand. Randy Payne. You can just call me Randy, though. I hide the grimace as we shake hands, feeling what I'm guessing is a very sticky marinade now clinging to my palm. Didn't think someone would come this early. Just finished getting the good stuff all sauced up. As soon as he lets go, he focuses back on the piles of different meats heaped up next to the grill. Meanwhile, I grab some nearby napkins to wipe the sauce from my hand. Oh, what's on the menu? Let's see here. We got brisket, flanks, ribs, sirloin, tenderloin, top sirloin, bottom sirloin, rounds and shanks. That's a lot of cow. All marinated in my special mix of wet rub, and dry seasoning. Oh wow, that's a lot, sir. Randy. Me, Damien, and Soph will be doing it shifts. If you're interested, I'll let you lend a hand too, if the missus doesn't rope you into carrying too much around. Sure, sounds fun. I've never actually grilled before. It's not too tough, you'll see. Now that I'm here, I can finally ask Damien the question that's been on my mind. Hey Damien, so I've been curious this whole time. What exactly is this celebration, anyway? Oh yeah, I haven't told you about it yet. Well, you see, when... Before Damien can properly explain, a motherly voice cuts him off. Damien, sweetie, you shouldn't keep your baby brother waiting any longer. At the mention of the younger sibling, a tiny Damien clone jumps over the deck railing and... Acid punch! Oh god, why? Why? Vinny!
Look, bro, just like from Power Raptors. I told you I could do it.
I am so sorry, Inko. Vincent, this is why I don't want you watching those violent shows. The younger dino isn't listening. He has already run off to find another victim. You alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Was that really acid? No, but here, you should wipe that off. Now. I take the towel handed to me and wipe off the splotch on my pants from where Vincent had punched. Dilophosaurus spit only gets more acidic after they reach puberty. I begin to rub away the spittle from my pants with a little bit more urgency. Thankfully, he's more me than his mother. Otherwise, you need a new pair of pants. Wait, is that an actual thing? Randy laughs. So, you must be Damien's new friend from school? Indeed I am. Damien's mom head pops up at the side of the deck with a tired smile. Hello, ma'am. Thank you for having me. Oh, I didn't know we'd have guests so soon. I would have cleaned up more. You can just call me Sophia, dear. Speaking of school, Randy told me you were there. Why'd you be going there to school of all days? I can't even speak. Why'd you be going there today of all days? Honestly, I didn't even realize that today's a holiday. Usually I mark them on my calendar, but I must have flown over my head. That's no worries then. It's mainly us dinos who celebrate it. Yeah, Damien told me a bit about it, but I'm not sure I fully understand. In that case, I'd be more than glad to clue you in. It's called Summer's End, as today marks the last warm day of the season. After this, fall and winter start rolling in. Huh, interesting. Well, this'll probably make me sound stupid for asking, but how come you celebrate it? To put it simply, the cold might be manageable for warm bloods, but for us reptiles, it's no bueno. So we spend the last day soaking up the sun and enjoying the warm weather before it starts getting chilly. That makes sense. Next thing you know, everyone's wearing extra layers and putting up their heat lamps. Though it apparently used to be Ice Age levels of frigid back in my granddad's age, so I guess we can consider ourselves lucky. Otherwise, we'd be nothing but a couple of popsicles without tails for sticks. Petriarch lets out a laugh that's as infectious as his son's. He wipes a tear from his eye as he goes back to flipping the meat on the grill. Anywho, we're going to start cooking up the food, so make yourself comfortable. Thank you, sir. I mean, Randy. While Damien's dad attends to the grill, I move to the banister overlooking the pool. It's filled with a couple of aquatic toys and air-filled floaties. Man, I wish my place had a pool. Well, I do have extra drains at home. Ruining one pair wouldn't be a huge issue. Nah, on second thought, it'd be real annoying to get to deal with drying off and going home. I wonder how deep... Ah! The hell are you doing here? I was invited. Focus on your face, not the other things. What the heck are you doing here? I live here, moron. Crap. Right, Damien even told me on the way. And Liz even told us on our first day. Anyways. No, really, why are you here? Nobody was at school when I got there. Huh? Yeah, check the doors and everything. They announced the holiday yesterday in homeroom. Didn't you hear it? That's what Liz said over the PA yesterday? I thought that was a school's anthem or something. Huh. No wonder everyone was staring as I saluted. I must have not been paying attention. But yeah, asked Damien what was up. He said there was some event going on and invited me. Olivia sinks a bit into the water. Actually, a stupid question, but are you really okay to swim? There's that glare again. Of course, why wouldn't I be? Well, you know, thankfully she gets what I'm saying. Sorry. She simply rolls her eyes. I like it in the water. I kind of wish I knew about all this earlier. I'd have brought my trunks.
Ew, no. I'm not sharing my pool with you.
What? Why not? Instead of answering me verbally, Olivia's tail whips up some water at me like a large wave.
Yo, Inko, come check this out.
Olivia takes the opportunity to slink back in the water. I think she's doing a weird version of the dead man's float. Well, whatever. What's Damien yelling about? Yeah, Damien?
Well, first, my little bro has something to say to you. Sorry for giving you an acid punch, Inky.
Looks like he taught his younger sibling about my nickname, too. Yeah, it's alright.
Vinny.
Vinny extends his hand for a handshake, though it's obscured by his sleeves. And secondly, we need a few chairs out here. We got some folding ones, but also some from the kitchen. Got it?
They're cheap wood, not real heavy at all. After the chairs, we can do the table together. Yeah, Mom'd be pissed if that got dropped.
Why?
It's the only one we got. And after everything's set, we can play something fun. Okay, little man?
Vincent grins and bolts back toward the house. Damien chuckles and we both follow after the kid. The table drops the few inches we were able to lift it with a hard crash back onto the tile. I'd be worried about the cracks, but the floor is already pretty shattered around here from the ears. This table must actually be their gold storage, and it's just painted to look like wood. That's the only explanation. We catch our breaths and give our strained muscles a moment to relax.
Why can't Olivia help us? She's super strong.
Olivia's enjoying herself in the pool, bro. We don't want to ruin her time.
Her chair thing has wheels. We can use that.
I think it might be a bit small.
Aw, no fair. She's gonna go to her room. Why can't she help?
Hey, come on. Not in front of any guests, yeah.
It's true, though.
You don't know that. Come on. The Damien mini-me pounce. I think I got a better grip on the table now. Let's try this one more time. Okay, I'm ready. 1, 2... Wait. Huh?
What's up?
Oh. Mom must have been talking about the plastic table in the garage, not the dining room table.
You're right.
What? Guess we gotta haul this thing back to the dining room, fellas. Great. After getting the suspiciously heavy table back inside, Damien and I carry the much lighter plastic one out the door. As I catch my breath, I notice the younger dinosaur is gone. Maybe he ran off to do something else. Either way, I guess now's the time to ask. Hey, Damien.
Yeah?
What was that about Olivia going to her room?
Huh?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, An awkward silence fills the air for a few moments. It's just... she doesn't really stick around for family events like this, is all. Regular introvert stuff, you know? It's no big deal. And your parents are okay with that?
Why wouldn't they be? She's her own person.
Right.
She usually makes appearances for food, though.
Hey, speaking of food, you want to go check on the grill? Why? There's no way the food is done by now.
I know, I just like the smell.
Oh, alright then.
Sweet, let's go.
As we make our way over to where Damien's dad is manning the grill, I catch a whiff of the spices and marinades applied to all the meat. Sophie is accompanying him, helping to place the meat on the grill.
How's it coming along, Pops? You making them anyhow I like them?
You know it, son. Have a look for yourselves. He steps aside and lets us gaze at the variety of barbecue set over the flames. The smell of it cooking and the symphonic sizzling sound has my mouth watering in seconds. Good, right?
I'll say.
Randy uses a pair of tongs to grab a piece of steak that looks halfway cooked.
The secret is that you gotta let these babies have some time to get seared on each side.
That way it really hones in the flavor. Whoops. There was a bout of silence between everyone as we all stared down at the piece of meat on the floor. Yeah, it's not too ruined. Hey, Olivia, you want it? A pair of eyes appear over the edge of the pool.
Sure, toss it in.
What's this now? Randy proceeds to chuck the steaks right into the water as one would do with the chum to attract fish. Jeez. Anywho, since you're our first guest, Ingo, you get the honor of getting choice picks. Which one you want? Oh, I don't want to impose or anything. Ah, nonsense. Besides, better to get your picks in now before the other guests arrive later.
Hey, think of it as payback for all the soda and chips you've been getting us.
Come again? Well, guess a burger is more convenient. I don't get to attend a family barbecue every day.
Excellent choice, Inko. Want it rare, medium rare, well done.
Hey, Inko, go for the rare. Damien licks his lips as he says that. Rare? What the... Oh, carnivores, right. Pretty sure a raw burger would kill me. I'll take my burger well done. Yeah, I'm sure you want ketchup with it too, huh? Come on, Damien. One well done burger coming right up. Yeah, not going to take any chances.
Just saying, you're missing out, amigo.
I'm pretty sure your mother was just messing with him. We never serve that sort of thing to a guest. There's no way we could afford the suit. Mr. Randy lets out a hearty guffaw as he leaves the burgers on... leaves the burgers on his grill. Not lefts. What? It's alright, son. Though it may not look like it, Volcaldera has its share of humans. From what I know, you guys can eat just about anything, right? Raw meat aside. I mean, yeah, I guess. Must be nice to be able to just grab whatever's on sale at the market. Meat prices these days are getting pretty crazy. I've seen some of that synthetic meat around. That might be cheaper. Why not try it out? Dude, do you seriously? Yeah. Do you really suggest to the carnivores to get synth meat, dude? Nah. Even the grill is upset with you. Come on. Sorry. There's one taboo I stumbled into head first. Noted. I better change the subject before things get any more awkward. So, hey, Damien. I've been curious this whole time. What exactly is this summer's end celebration anyway? Didn't my dad tell you earlier? It's the last warm day of the year, whatever. Yeah, I get that part, but why is it a holiday? Ah, that. Actually, I don't remember either. Guess I should have been paying more attention in school. It's a bit concerning he doesn't know this much about his own culture he's currently celebrating. Actually, it probably doesn't even need to be a reason. Why would you? It's just the last warm day of the year. Any excuse for get-togethers is fine in my book. The kid flumps down hard on the grass in the way only children can without shattering something.
And we don't gotta go to school. It's nice and warm, and we get to eat real good. I think those Mayans had the right idea.
Vinny!
Mayans, yeah? Hey, Inko, are you
Alright, it's about ready. That's about time the guests showed up too, isn't it?
They'll be here any minute. Oh, Olivia!
Across the yard, Olivia contentedly drifted to the middle of the pool. Though a look came across her face upon hearing Damien's mom, and she began paddling toward the raised deck.
Are you going in so soon?
Yeah?
Are you sure you don't want to wait until the others get here?
Yeah, wait till the food's ready so we can all eat together.
I'd rather not. I just have a lot of art stuff I have to do. Sorry.
Damien's little brother steps out from the small deck.
But you said we'd play some time today.
She tries to back her uncertain tone up with a shaky smile. Maybe later, Vinny. Have fun. She lifts herself from the pool and kneels atop her chair. I'm confused at how her legs work, but my best guess is that perhaps they only do above the knees. Turning about, her hands carefully set her feet down on the chair's footrest. Fully settled into the chair, Olivia rolls herself to the sliding back door of the house. I think the table's just about set. Now, we really are just waiting for the others. Damien, has your friend texted you at all? Yeah, Liz said she'd be here about now. Oh, it's Liz? Nice. She's bringing her uncle, too. Oh, snap, that's nice. I'll bust out the brewskis then. In fact... Damien shields his eyes and looks upward behind me. I turn to it, but at this angle I can't see anything. Yeah, they're in the front yard. I'll go get them. I imagine he's seeing Liz's head and neck. Damien rushes through the back door into the house. A moment later, he emerges again, as if to show off the new guests. Come on, don't make it weird. Hi, everyone. Oh, Inko, you're here. Yeah, I got roped in. Neat. Come on, Uncle Mike, through here. Hey, now, I'm not that old. A giant figure lumbers through the doorway. That is not what I told him to get. Hey, Michael. Randy, how have you been? The two pat each other's backs and give a firm handshake. Doing good, doing good. How about yourself? What's with that ridiculous getup? Is it Mardi Gras? No, nothing like that. I've just been trying to relate a bit more to the younger generation recently. It seems they're just too different these days and all. Ah, come on, leave that stuff to the kids. Then he sees me. Huh. Mr. Ferris. You know him? Yeah, we've met. He takes the same train as me. He's been helping me out. Recommended I try this chain out. Liz jerks her head in my direction furiously. I'm gonna get it later. Oh god, really regretting the handshake now? I think he popped all of my bones at once. Now the food will be ready soon. Inko, your turn on the grill. Oh, don't worry, kid. All you gotta do is keep an eye on the meat and make sure they don't catch on fire. Damien's father leaves after I nod. The rest too, heading to where Damien, Vinny, and I had just set the chairs and table. Turning to the grill with a grimace, I swallow my nerves and take up the tongs. Right, nothing to worry about. Okay, nothing bad so far. Heya! Ah! Oh, sorry. Hey Liz, what are you doing here? Oh, everyone is talking about Randy's cooking, and I figured I'd see what's on the menu. What do you think I'm doing? Why on earth are you getting my uncle to dress like he's going to be in a music video? He asked for help. You thought that was good help? Yes, he just didn't take it right. Across the yard, Vinny's jumping at the shiny object. Mr. Ferris caves and lends it to him. See? Problem solved. Ignoring Vinny now strutting around like a gangster. Oh man, whatever. What's actually cooking? I motion to the silver trays spread out next to the grill. It's a lot of meat. Actually, aren't you an herbivore, Liz? I am, but I think Damien thought ahead for me. Wait, wasn't that the salad I brought? I knew he wouldn't forget about me like that. Anyway, is Olivia out here? She was just in the pool, decided to go inside. Liz's head is still for a moment as if she's in thought. Apparently it's a common thing with her. Yeah, I was hoping she'd have stuck around for once. So she does this often? Every time Damien's folk throw a party, she slips away to her room. I sometimes see her at the window. Her eyes motion me to turn and look at a particular window. Can't really see from this angle. Why would now be any different then? Liz shoots me a knowing look. What? Well, I figured she was opening up a little to you. I mean, I guess. To some degree. Not like I have any frame of reference. At best, I can kind of talk to Olivia now. What? Did you just hiss at me? No. Then what? Oh god! Spinning around, I see that something is caught on fire. The one thing he told you to make sure not happen. I grab whatever it is with the tongs and flail it around, hoping the air will put it out. It works well enough, but it's pretty burnt. Well, that one's a lost cause. I give the piece of charcoal a careful look, and yeah, it doesn't look edible in the least. I put it to the side and turn back to face Liz. Anyway, what were you saying about Olivia opening up? Yeah, it's strange, but also good. Certainly a bit surreal after all this time. Liz lets out a sigh and shrugs. Well, it's a shame, but it is what it is. Anyway, I want to go catch up with the others. See you around. Liz returns to the rest of the gathering, leaving me alone with the grill once more. Burnt piece of meat aside, the rest of the food is looking good. Still, I'm not exactly the best grill master. Not like it matters too much to Damien's folk. Whether the food's actually cooked or not is purely an aesthetic matter. Couple more flips and the meat is brown and sizzling, which is good enough in my book to put them along with the other finished pieces. I think I'm about done with my shift. Damien's turn was next. He's just going to be wrapping up these last few things. It doesn't take me long to spot him chatting with Liz, who's enraptured with whatever guaranteed high-concept discussion they're having. Hey, Damien. Damien's frill things perk up a bit as he turns around to face me. Your turn on the grill. All right, you got it, hombre. He waves Liz over and takes firm hold of the spatula. Okay, time to get some more... He suddenly pauses as his eyes fall upon the charred remains of a once juicy and savory piece of meat. He picks up the piece of meat and inspects it before chomping down on it with a single bite. Oh, great. I'll finish cooking the last pieces. Inky, if you'd be an awesome dude, can you start serving the others what's so ready to chow on? I give Damien a nod and grab the tray of cooked meat. I take the tray over to the eagerly waiting crowd with all the care to be expected from someone surrounded by a very hungry meat-eating saurians. Upon seeing the platter of delectable and edible flesh, stop whatever they're doing and begin to gather around the table. And then I said, well, it's 'cause you look like a student yourself, miss. Oh, that's rich coming from you. Meat. It's finally here, Vincent. Now remember your manners. Hopefully with my salad, too. Seems like everyone's having a pretty good time with their meal. They even eat the ones that I cooked, though I can see Damien's little brother making a slight face of disgust. Still winds up chomping on the meat anyway. All in all, I'm pretty satisfied with how my cooking turned out. I take a seat next to Damien and Liz and prepare my meal before I dig in. Gotta go with the tried and true. Ketchup and nothing more. Alright, I gotta pause for a second. You're a monster. You get a burger, you just put ketchup on it, and that's it? I agree with Damien. You're you're missing out, dude. No. You get burger, you get lettuce, onion, tomato, mayo, just like a little bit, and then mustard. And maybe pickle. And maybe a fried egg, too. Not just ketchup, you monster. With my burger prepared, I go in for my first bite. Gotta say, Damien's dad did a great job with the patty. So, what are you thinking, Go? I give a thumbs up and smile as best I can with a full mouth. The elder dinosaur gives me a toothy, sauce-stained grin in return. I can see where Damien gets that toothy grin of his. Savoring the well-cooked meat patty and buns with each bite, I slowly lube myself in the party's mood. Though I feel more ancillary from it, seeing the adults lost in work talk while Damien and Liz are handling the excitable Vinny. Humming around a mouthful of burger, my eyes wander. The entire yard is smaller than mine, and there are tons of toys scattered in the low-cut grass. Not too many plants either, just the grass and a couple of shrubs running alongside the fence. The word quaint comes to mind. Maybe intimate. I could picture the kinds of events that would happen back here. I shake my head, clearing my photographer's mind away. It's Damien's place, private property. I'd have to ask before I do anything camera related. Thinking about it though, I do have my camera securely stored in my backpack inside the home. A part of me considers grabbing it, and as I look back towards the house, I spy a certain someone at their window. Olivia leers out across the yard. She's too far away to tell exactly what she's staring at. That must be her room then. Her gaze shifts a bit. I still can't see what she's looking at, but it is in my direction, or Damien, he's sitting next to me. Carefully trace where her eyes are focused, leaning to the side and slowly coming to the plate in my hand. Checking back, she's laser focused on something. I wonder. I slowly lift the plate up, and Olivia's head tilts upward with it. I lower it, and her head tilts downward. A part of me wants to test this further, except that'd be a real waste of food. Whatever illusion she was under is shattered with a shake of her head. I can hear Olivia's annoyed growl from here as she turns her snout up at me and returns to whatever it is she was doing. So she does want some. Why not come out? Well, I'm sure nobody would mind if I just brought a plate in and left it. Besides, my fingers are sticky from all the finger food, to the point where they stick to my paper plate. It's actually kind of gross, now that I remember why I avoid it. Ungluing my fingers from the plate, Damien's mother notices my plight. You can use the kitchen sink for that, Inko. Or the pool. Sticking my thoroughly marinated fingers into the pool? That just seems like a future issue for whoever has to clean it up later. Thank you, ma'am. I think I'll use the sink. Damien's already gotten up for thirds, so there's plenty. I load up a new paper plate with a steak and whatever remains of the ribs and discreetly head inside. Thankfully, the sliding door is partially open, just enough that I can use my foot to push it the rest of the way open. Excellent. There's a coffee table in the living room, and that's as good a place as any. And I think this is as good a place as any to call things for today. Until next time.